Hello, sir. How are you?
Volunteers from Backpacks for the Street have been helping New York's homeless since 2018.
So in the front of the bag, there is hand sanitizer, there is sewing kits, first aid kits.
They've been working round the clock since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, adding things like gloves and disinfectant wipes to their backpacks so homeless people can try to protect themselves.
Lifesaver, fantastic. You're on time. A lot of people need this, they can't get access to it.
I believe it's nice for everybody at the present time dealing with the coronavirus. Everybody needs stuff.
How worried have you been about the coronavirus?
Very worried because you never know, it can happen to anybody. I know several persons that have passed because of this.
A recent study by the advocacy group Coalition for the Homeless found people living on the streets of New York have been disproportionately affected by the virus, with a significantly higher death rate than the general city population. Backpacks for the Street says the pandemic has made an already difficult life even worse.
Before, people on the street felt invisible and treated like they were dirt or worthless. And suddenly now with COVID, it's even 10 times more. Now, no people want to see them, but they think they have the disease, they think they're responsible. It's devastating to them.
The group relies on individual donors to carry out its mission and says authorities have not done enough to help.
I think the city's response is shameful. I think the government's response, I think they haven't been doing anything to help the most vulnerable.
And they're not alone in their criticism. At this rally in New York, activists called on the city to spend more money on housing for the homeless, particularly during the pandemic.
The Department of Homeless Services, in my opinion, is not doing their job. Not making sure that it's social distance in the shelter system. It's very hard to stay in the shelters right now.
The city did move around 12,000 people who needed to quarantine into hotels temporarily. Christopher Meyer was one of them. He caught COVID-19 while staying in a shelter. He recovered, but is now relying on a charity to continue paying for his hotel stay.
If I wasn't in the hotel room, I'd be out on the train or on the subway or something, or sitting out. And Mayor de Blasio is telling people, please stay home so we could stop the spread of the coronavirus so we could reopen our city. And my message to Mayor de Blasio was, the homeless can't stay home, Mayor.
Other community organisations have also stepped in to help those on the street. The activist group In Our Hearts has set up at least 14 outdoor refrigerators stocked with free food. But the city says it does have an effective strategy to protect the homeless.
New York's Department of Social Services says as well as housing people in hotels, it's increasing social distancing in shelters. A spokesperson for the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, says millions of free masks have been distributed to shelters, food banks and churches, and that most coronavirus testing sites will test people without charge.
Backpacks for the Street volunteers recently covered 80 miles in just 16 hours, getting supplies to those in need. They say they'll continue their work no matter what, but hope authorities will also do more to help. Sarah Walton for CGTN, New York.